what do you agree with? Do you agree with Ray Dalio that you should be shorting specific companies, in particular Italian banks, or do you agree with Barclays that said that Europe is now their most favorite developed market?
Well, firstly, I'm not sure whether Ray is actually shorting all of Europe or whether he's just having an extended currency play there where he's betting on an even stronger euro, and that would hurt those companies with mostly non-euro revenues. And then, yeah, I think overall I would probably be more with Barclays and say, well, Europe is really coming out strongly. The PMIs today are confirming that again, and therefore I wouldn't really want to be short Europe.
But here's going to be the more bearish side. If you come inside the Bloomberg here, this is looking at earnings revisions for Europe. They've now been negative for 4 out of the last 5 weeks. Lothar, if you take a look at what the bearish side is, it's basically top line growth may not cut it.
Well, I think what we're starting to see is that the strong euro is starting to bite. So companies are not at the risk of overheating anymore, I would say, because the strong euro is putting a bit of a dampener on exports, and that could become a bit of a self-controlling counter mechanism, really, to the potential of Europe overheating.
And Art Hogan, at what point does the currency play actually turn into a play on equities in the basic economy? Because if the euro continues to strengthen, it might affect the really juggernaut of particularly German exports.
Right, that's exactly correct. And that's the problem, because you're seeing euro strength at a time where the ECB hasn't even hinted at making a move, right? At the very least, consensus is perhaps they'll start quantitative easing in August of this year. That doesn't mean they're going to start to normalize their balance sheet. That doesn't mean they're going to start to increase rates. So you've got euro strength solely predicated on the fact that we've got growth, right? And surprisingly good economic growth in the Eurozone, but unfortunately that the currency is actually acting as ballast here, right? So it really pushes the ECB into a very difficult position, such that they have to be so gradual what they're doing and how they message that.
So Lothar, given the current account surplus, pretty remarkable one that Europe has right now, where should, in a word, where should the euro be trading? What's the real value of it?
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if the euro actually comes off its heights, and that's not so much on the back of a weakening eurozone. It's more that I would expect the dollar to go stronger again. So that may be a little bit counter the consensus opinion, but we've seen real yields in the US improve, and that in the past has led to a strengthening of the US dollar. We think that the US dollar is oversold and due a bounce, and that could actually then obviously see the euro come down versus the dollar.